Hi, I'm Tara Strong, and
you're watching Taboo's Comics and Kicks. You're watching Taboo's Comics and Kicks.
You're watching Taboo's Comics and Kicks or whatever.
Hi, Puddin'. You're watching Taboo's Comics and Kicks. Kick it!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a beautiful, beautiful day and another episode of Taboo's Comics and Kicks. I'm going to say some names. I'm going to say Slipstream from Transformers. I'm going to say the young Lionel from Thundercats. I'm going to also say Garbage Pail Kids, one of my favorites growing up. Samurai Jack. My brother Will.i.am actually did the soundtrack to that cartoon. My guest today is an icon. And when I say icon, I say that with love, with appreciation, and total admiration for her career, her legacy, and what she's continuing to do in 2026 with her advocacy, her activism, her freaking embodying everything you can do with all these voices in one human being. This person that I'm speaking on, she was part of Powerpuff Girls, aka Timmy Turner in Fairly OddParents, Raven in Teen Titans, Dil Pickles in Rugrats, Twilight Sparkle in My Little Pony, Harley Quinn, Batgirl, and countless others. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman has become the soundtrack, the voice of all voices for so many years. I'm blessed that I have her here with me. I found out a little bit because of all the great things that she's done, not only for us as fans, but also for us striving to do voiceover work, striving to have longevity and a legacy like she has. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my sister, Tara Strong.
I mean, that might go down as like my favorite intro ever.
It's from the heart.
I mean, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Also, you're a fucking legend. Are we allowed to
Thanks,
swear on
sis.
this
Yeah,
podcast?
of course. Whatever you feel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You are.
Thank you. I'm just a student of the game, all different disciplines, all forms, all media outlets to be able to learn and become a better version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing your career, seeing how you've been able to go from, working to being behind the camera to actually teaching master classes, to actually doing cons and bringing smiles and happiness to people, generations of fans, families, kids.
That's what it's all about.
Man. And one of the things that I love about you, I'm going to get a little personal. She said in one of her interviews that one of her worst thing in school was math. And that was mine too.
Yeah.
I hated math. I hated it.
Why'd you hate it?
I hated it because the numbers were just like blah, blah. It was like Charlie Brown to me.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I had to learn about percentages and mechanical royalties and technical royalties as I got older, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
So math has always been a part of my grown-up adult life.
Yeah.
But I hated it.
Yeah, I still hate it. I mean, I hated it because when I was very young and not missing school for acting, because I started professionally on camera and voiceover and theater when I was 13. But up until that point, I was an A+ student, and if I got 99.9 out of 100, I would cry.
Mm-hmm.
And I was good at math. But once I started to miss school for acting, if you miss day 2 or day 3 of a new math concept, you're screwed.
Done.
And I didn't like falling behind. And even though there was on-set tutors, in fact, my favorite on-set tutor is still a big sister to me, Lori Ferrance.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Lori.
Shout out to Lori. It was a thing that it's hard to catch up, and then it was hard to be solid at it, and I'm still not good at it, and it pisses me off.
You know what's dope? I want to give a shout out to all the teachers and the tutors that are on set. I went through that with my daughter twice, one on a Jordan campaign and one with Dora the Explorer, or Dora, excuse me. And having those teachers and those reinforcements to, not only are they there for, because I know it's the Coogan Act, right? I know about that, but to like support, to nurture, to spend some time with the kids and understand that along with working, you still got to have time to do your work from school. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, so I was 15 when I booked a sitcom in Canada called Mosquito Lake. And she was the on-set tutor, Lori, and she was a big sister me in such a way that we made her an adoption certificate. And she has been there for me, like you said, on set, taking care of me, making sure I had breaks and lunch and making sure I wasn't falling behind on my studies. And we sat together and read The Count of Monte Cristo and talked about dating and life and everything. And then as I grew, she stayed in my life as a sister, and I went through a really, really rough marriage, and she was there for me at midnight to play Am I Crazy? And she was just like, I speak to her almost every day still, and she's just teachers that care and love their students and molding them and making sure you're on the right track, because it's very easy to fall off that track, when you're hanging out with people that maybe didn't finish school. A lot of people on set were like, you don't need to finish. And she's like, at least finish high school.
Yeah.
Because it's going to mold you and shape you, and you want that and you need that and you're smart. So don't give up. And she's like a really important person in my story.
That's dope. I love the fact that she incorporated that as part of her personal journey and story. Another thing that I really found fascinating was your favorite movie.
Yeah.
Pretty obscure. Defending Your Life?
Have you seen it?
No, that's why I was like, wait.
You got to see it.
This is
Never heard of
obscure.
it. What is
right?
it?
Exactly.
What do
So
you
when she said
mean?
that, I was like, wait, Defending Your Life. It's not like
Sounds like a Lifetime
Back to the
thing.
Future or The Notebook or Titanic. which,
Yeah. Well, listen, growing up, I loved musicals. I was a big fan of The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
And I was a massive, massive fan of The Little Mermaid. In fact, when my dad died like 8 years ago, the poster was still on my bedroom wall.
That's dope.
But as I grew and when I first saw Defending Your Life, I was just like so blown away. And I could watch that movie 1,000 times and I cry every time. Because like you, even though you are a master, you say you're still a student. And I think while we're here, we're supposed to learn. And I really believe that Earth is school and we're going to make mistakes because we're human. And life gets hard. And it's like every day you're learning and striving to be the highest version of yourself.
That's dope.
And defending your life is when you die, you go to this place called Judgment City where you watch specific moments from your life and the universe decides if you're ready to move on. And moving on is a way more exciting place than Earth. And the idea of leaving Earth is that before you go, and you got to come back a million times before you get it or not, is you have to conquer fear. So if fear is holding you back from achieving your dreams or living your truth, you got to come back and do it again. And it's Meryl Streep and Albert Brooks.
Ooh.
And they like go to the past
Meryl
lives
Streep,
pavilion and they get to see who they were. You got to watch it and then like text me.
Okay, so look, check this out. She just dropped 2 nuggets that you guys probably missed. She said Little Mermaid, which I know she was one of the voices of that TV series. And then she dropped The Wizard of Oz. Ladies and gentlemen, not only has she done all this amazing work in TV and animation, she was also the voice of Dorothy in the new Wicked.
It was so fun.
Mic drop.
It was so fun.
Wicked is probably the biggest film in that genre
Well, for
in,
our
in
daughters,
years.
for Jet and for Gabby. So my daughter's 11. His
In
daughter's
years.
10.
Yeah.
And so
In year, that type of genre. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Wicked-
fantasy.
Wicked is.
I
yeah.
also think, and shout out to John Chu, I really think that
That's
Wicked
crazy.
is the most incredible theater to film ever.
That's dope.
Like the way he took the creativity, like the library scene and the stages and
that was fresh.
I cried my ass off the entire time. In fact, my boyfriend's like, I only love this movie because watching you cry throughout watching it was amazing. And then I was brought in for the loop group for the second one. And for those who don't know, every single movie, every show has a loop group. So it's like, you're filming on set and you can't hear something or the mic's not working or whatever. Or in animation, sometimes things get blown up bigger than they should. Or it's like, there's always a group of people that go in and fix all the little characters and extra things. And sometimes even the main characters. If like Brad Pitt doesn't want to do his ADR lines, there's someone that sounds like him that does it. And so Terry Douglas, who runs, in my opinion, the best of the best loop groups, called me in. And also we had Kathleen come play with us. It's all great voice actors. And we got to sing that day. And there's many moments where there's like beautiful actress playing a younger Dorothy, but you can't really hear her. So in all her moments, we all like auditioned in front of John to play her voice. And Terry texted me and she's like, I think this is you. This is who they chose. And she played it. She sent me like an MP3. And I was like, please be me, please be me. Because like I said, I grew up being such a
of
fan.
course.
I auditioned for Galindo and I was like first came out here, and I was like, please be me, and I played it. I'm like, that's me, and then I got to go back in.
Can we get a round of applause for that? That's super dope.
And I got to go in and be directed by John, who's just a doll.
Yeah.
Like, he's the sweetest guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really fun.
You have a preference of first or second one on the Wicked?
Great question. Okay, so first of all, just going back to the fact that it was when I first saw it as a musical, at the Pantages.
Did you cry? I cried when I saw the fucking marquee.
It did. It blew me away, and I saw it a couple of times.
Yeah, me too.
Because I wanted, I'm a stickler for live. If you got me live, then I'm invested in it. And the singing and the acting and everything was great. The production. To answer your question, I'm gonna go with. I like part 2 because her voice is in it. I'm being biased, dude. Her voice is in it. Shit.
I like them both so much. The truth is, I would have sat and watched all the hours together. If they had released it as one, I would have watched the whole thing.
Huh? Drop it on Christmas?
Yep, I would have watched the whole thing. I think it was all brilliant.
That's dope. I love that. I love the fact that you're able to live in so many different worlds. And one of the worlds that for me as a fan, and you probably don't even remember it, Transformers.
I remember Transformers.
You do? Okay, good.
Hell yeah.
Can we get a little Transformers love?
The film or the
animation,
series.
dude. Because we don't really get a lot of love from cartoons of my era.
Yeah.
Even though it was rebooted, and I know you were part of the reboot.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that experience as Slipstream, one of my favorite characters?
Well, Slipstream and oh my God, I'm having brain. Sorry, Sundak, who was like the first that's like half human, half transformer. And we didn't know that at the beginning. And I remember being super stoked to book it because like you as a kid, I loved the show that we would wake up and watch cartoons Saturday morning. And I loved the movies and I loved the toys. And it was very cool to book that and to be one of the few girl animated Transformers. It was really cool. And I remember those sessions. So it was me and Cree Summer and David Kay. And we would all sit together, before COVID, we would always be together in the booth playing off each other, which matters so much because so much of acting is listening. So if someone's going to say like, we got to go, you might go, okay, which you wouldn't do if you didn't hear them say it. Yeah. And Transformers was absolutely a family, a collaborative recording. We laughed. We were in it. We did table reads before each recording. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Transformers for me as a kid growing up, there was this thing called GoBots prior to Transformers.
I remember GoBots.
Yeah, GoBots was like the B version, even though they set the tone for cars that transform, vehicles that transform, right? But when Transformers came out, it was just like, it just set the tone. I became a fan, so having you part of that. And the fact you said toys.
I had toys.
You had me at toys.
Yeah. Well, listen, I grew up in a toy store.
What?
Yes. So my parents had a toy store in Toronto called The Wiz, and it was very famous at the time with kids because we would drive to Buffalo when I was a kid and get American candies, and we would be like the only store that had American candies and stickers. They were the first to import Hello Kitty. And I have pictures of when I'm 5 years old and my dad in like a Hello Kitty furry suit, which is insane because that was my first animated show. It was the first time Hello Kitty had a mouth. It was the first time she spoke English with me. And it was like amazing to grow up in this store. And I knew, speaking of math, when I was little, I could do change at the cash register before it was all digital. And we had a sticker booth and we had all kinds of fun toys that like
that's dope.
Yeah, I grew up with. I was big fan of toys and stickers.
What toys did you grow up with?
My Little Pony.
Yep. And then
Strawberry Shortcake.
Dope.
Transformers.
Yep.
I mean, I had a Cabbage Patch Kid. Did you have a Cabbage Patch Kid?
I did not. I had Garbage Pail cards.
I have all the Garbage Pail cards.
Garbage Pail cards. So the reason why I say that is because you got to participate in some of the dopest, animated series that we all know, but the fact that I did a deep dive and you started with Garbage Pail Kids and Transformers and Thundercats, which speaks to me directly.
Yeah.
What was that like with Garbage Pail Kids? Because I know they had a feature film too.
I wasn't in the feature. I was in the animated series. Again, I was a kid. I was like 15. And I also had the cards. I collected them. I still have boxes of them if you want some.
I do.
And Patty Putty came up and I had so much fun voicing this character that could literally just stretch, right?
And you remember Garbage Pail Kids?
And there was a rap party and one of the animators came over to me and he said, It is so much fun to animate to your voice because, in voice acting, as you know, we go first and then they animate to our voice.
Yeah.
And he used this example. There was a line, in that case, would you please explain what's going on? And I go, in that case, would you please explain what's going on? And he animated her like, and her tongue was like, and he's like, you give us so much fun shit to play with.
Yeah, that's dope.
And it was really fun. We had so much fun on that show.
How do you channel so many different tones and frequencies
And
within,
remember it all.
and like be like, oh yeah, wait, that's this. I can't do, because I know there was a moment where you were auditioning for something and it sounded like Batgirl. You were talking about it in one of your interviews. I've seen so many of your interviews. You were saying how it was kind of similar to something, and then you changed. I think you were talking about Raven.
Yeah.
Right? The audition for Raven, and you sounded like another one of your tones, and you're like, wait, let me just change it to this and be a little bit more.
Well, you said it when you said, how do you channel? Like, I really believe there's like other entities that want to speak through us and share music and share stories. And we get chosen as these lucky conduits for these beings that want to share love and light and adventure and
That's dope.
different colors and different like songs and stories and relationships and magic. It's very magic, On my podcast that's part of my Voicelings Masterclass, we have legendary voice actors come on once a month. And when I ask them how you break down a character, how you choose a voice, every single actor has a different technique, and every single one of them includes magic.
Wow.
Every single one. You are becoming these characters.
Yeah, of course.
If
You
you're
embody
just
it.
reading it, then it's not going to translate and it's not going to mean anything to anyone.
Yeah.
When I'm doing these voices, I see through their eyes. I see the world that they see. And you become these other entities. That's why it's like, if I'm on another show, even I've been at auditions where they're like, can you just do Timmy Turner here? I'm like, no, because Timmy lives with Cosmo and Wanda, and
I wish you'd let Timmy just be on that show.
because he's on that show. And if you want another 10-year-old
Please
boy,
don't stop doing the voice. Whenever you talk about the character. Please, you know what I mean? As you're talking about a character, feel free to make us all happy.
okay, but you gotta like rap with me or something.
Okay, cool.
Juice, rubber goose, green moose, glow juice, giant snake, birthday cake, large fries, chocolate shake.
Everybody want to say, everybody see, say.
I don't know, I just made some shit up. That was just I channeled some shit,
There
some
you go.
gibberish.
That's Timmy's friend. Anyway, like that character already exists in that world, is a sentient being to me, lives in my brain, and waits for their turn to come out and play.
That's dope. I
so
love that.
yeah, if it's another character, I got to make sure that there's something different about each and every character that I play.
So it's acting, really. I mean,
100%.
Denzel's going to play this character, and then
Yeah,
Denzel,
100%. There's
he has to
nobody-
become the character.
There is nobody in voiceover that thinks it's reading. It's acting. Most of us come from on-camera theater, have many years of acting training, still train. It's not just reading. Like sometimes people say to me,
Oh, like I have this unusual voice. Do you think I can do voice?
voiceover. I'm like, I don't know. Can you act? Like
Right.
it's not just a weird
Yeah, because
voice.
you gotta
You gotta
deliver
become
those
a character.
inflections in the characters.
Mhm.
One of the things that I know, just talking about the magic of transformation, one of the things that I notice, my sister Kathleen, when she goes into Dora, her eyes always blink. She doesn't usually blink, but she even said it in the
I
post.
saw today, yes.
She's like, wow, you even got my blinks. So she transforms into Dora, and physically Dora blinks a lot.
Yeah.
And when she goes into that Dora character,
she's blinking a lot.
she's blinking.
It's a full body
It's
experience.
a full body experience, which is
100%.
dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through that with Cricketoo because it's like a goofy, silly bird. And then I went through that with Spirit Rangers, which was a frog. I had to be a regal frog with so much class and so much, like it was that.
Oh, I love that.
And so everything was very, very like I even had my posture like this when I was delivering my line.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I became the regal frog. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's how that being wanted you to move when you were
Correct.
talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Cricketoo was like, he was just always like, a little bit on crack or some shit. He was just like, oh, Cricketoo. Like that. You know what I mean?
Right. When I was doing Baby Dil, there was a lot of spit on my script. Because this character,
great.
a lot of his lines was like in the stage directions.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like Baby Dil grabs Tommy's toy, hits him in the head with it, starts to poop, starts to cry, falls asleep, chewing on his toes. And he'd be like,
Wow.
And it's like, okay, your script is
There's
soaking
levels
wet.
to this shit.
There's
Tab.
levels to that shit. I mean,
She's
bro,
the goat.
you're the goat. It's like
You're the
fun.
goat.
It's
Honey,
like
I'm very impressed. I've only seen you do 2 voices already, and I'm ready to hire you. You're doing
let's
great.
go.
Yeah. Mhm.
you heard it here
You didn't know
for
you were
first,
getting a
ladies
job
and
today.
You're
Huh?
getting a job.
Do we get a commission? Like us three?
I mean, that's up to
Mateo, we
him.
get a commission on this, right? See, you down? 10%, buddy.
Speaking about Dil Pickles, because I love that character. During one of the biggest eras in Nickelodeon history, what do you remember most about joining the Rugrats universe at that time?
You know, like I said, I grew up in Toronto, and there's a lot of production there. And so I got to work for Warner Brothers and Disney and lots of things, but not Klasky Csupo, which is its own beautiful art form.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it and thinking, oh, I'd love to be on that show. And then I got to be in an episode called Olympics, which was like a takeoff on the Olympics. And I played this character, Timmy McNulty, who Angelica was like crushing on because he was a meanie to his little siblings.
Right.
And I got to play him and one of his baby brothers. So the folks at Klasky Csupo knew that I could do baby sounds and baby voices because I played his little brother. And I remember like so clearly there was this really funny line that they just animated it so funny. And while they were like doing their Olympics, because my babies were competing with her babies, she was like fucking with them so they would like lose. And like, you know, the littlest baby's like,
Hey, I didn't know I was gonna find a dead lizard.
and it was like the funniest thing. And they brought me in to guide track the Rugrats movie because whenever you go from series to movie, there has to be a big story.
Right.
And the big story was Tommy was getting a little brother. And also a lot of features are with A-list celebrities, which I get because, you know, there's a cachet, they bring in money and
Facts.
parents like to see these things. But at the end of the day, a legacy voice actor's probably going to kill it more unless they're naturally very good at it, like a Tom Hanks or
Robin
a Robin
Williams.
Williams. Like, come on, these people deserve to be in those positions. And so they originally going to give Baby Dil to Madonna. And I came and asked if I would
That'd
guide
be weird.
track this baby. And I was like, sure, why not? You say yes because number one, if they love you, they might keep you.
Right.
Which is also what happened on The Little Mermaid 2. Or if they love you, they'll give you another part. And also, it's just fun. So you say yes if they offer you a guide track and they pay you. It's still a day's work. And I didn't have babies at the time, but I did just get off a plane with a screaming baby. And, you know, we're like sponges. I'm
of
like,
course.
I'm going to do that, baby.
Yeah.
And I went into the booth and I started screaming and crying and they stopped tape. And they're like, you got to get out of the booth. And I'm like, oh, they don't like what I'm doing. And the director's like, no, they love
too
you.
good.
You made a new mom lactate.
Wow.
I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, whoa,
I'm
wait.
keeping this part.
I'm giving
You
Yeah.
made a new mom
Lactate.
She was in
That's
the booth,
classic,
and
dude.
apparently my screaming made titties work, so got to keep it apart.
Oh man, that's classic. You know, speaking about the Robin Williams of the world, I think about how many different voices he channeled. I mean, even on stage,
And characters both
Characters,
on camera, voiceover, yeah,
on camera,
absolute genius.
what do you call it? Physical comedy.
Mhm. And he could do serious too. Mhm.
What was the movie?
Genius.
Good Will Hunting,
Such a genius.
right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I want to give props to Robin Williams. I know we talked about Robin before, because he's one of my goats.
100%.
If not
Same.
the goat when it comes to acting.
Nobody could touch him.
Right?
Mhm.
Who did you look up to voice acting? Who was the
Oh.
person that you're like, I want to aspire to be like that?
Well, listen, I loved Mel Blanc, obviously,
Of course.
and June Foray,
Mhm.
and you know, Janet Varney, like anyone that was on Jetsons
Mhm.
or Flintstones, and you know, got to do like really fun stuff. I remember as a kid, like impersonating Pebbles or whatever, and then I got to play her one day for a pilot, and I was
That's
like,
dope.
kind of freaking out. I'm like, it says Tara Strong as
Mhm.
Pebbles, like.
Mhm.
You know, when you grow up watching things and loving things and then you get to be a part of it, it's pretty
So
beautiful.
cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Flintstones, Jetsons. I mean, those are classic.
Yeah.
Who are the let's get your top 5 actors, but voice actors. So like, I know you gave some of your great voice actors, but like a Robin Williams or like that.
Oh, well, listen, my top is going to be Mark Hamill because
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me?
yeah, because
Luke?
yeah,
Not a bad
Luke-
place to start.
First of all, I was so stoked to book Batgirl. I was a big fan. I was a comic fan. My sister collected my sister collected Wonder Woman, so I wanted my own thing, so I was all about Batgirl.
Yeah, that's dope.
And when I found out that I booked it, my agent on my answering machine, remember when we had answering machines?
Mhm.
He's like, oh my God, you're her, you're the girl, you're the bat, you're the girl that's the bat, you're Batgirl. And I was like, oh my God, I was freaking out. And I get to the studio and I'm sitting in between Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, who came to this planet to voice Batman.
Yep.
And Mark Hamill, and I'm like so starstruck because hello,
Luke Skywalker. Let's go.
yeah, and you wouldn't know by his other performances that
course.
he had that.
Mm-hmm.
And when he started doing the Joker and laughing and how real it felt, like on your whole body felt him performing, I was like,
That's
wow,
dope. That's
blown
power. That's
away.
the magic that you were
That
talking
was
about, right?
so much that booth was so much magic, really just amazing. So yeah, Hamill, and again, I think of course Tom Hanks is amazing. I was so obsessed with Jodie Benson that when I found out I was gonna play her daughter in the sequel, I just about died. And you've been to Comic-Con, so you see how people are when they meet their heroes,
Yes.
right? And when I knew I was gonna be singing with her in the studio, I was like, I just walked into the booth and she put out her hand to shake my hand and I burst into tears. And
That's-
she's like, are you okay? I'm like,
Right.
I've just loved you for so long. And I got to sing with her and oh my God, it was
That's dope.
just amazing, amazing. I got to work with Leah Salonga on
Shout out
Johnny
to the Filipina.
Bravo.
Shout
Oh
out
my
to
God.
one of the goats, Filipinas.
No, I was so obsessed with Miss Saigon. I listened to that soundtrack over and over. I, went to see it as a kid by myself, and I remember signing in at Cartoon Network, and I didn't know that she was going to be there, and it said Leah Salonga, and I'm like, to the sign-in girl, I'm like, does that say Leah Salonga? And she's like, yes. And then I walked in, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're Leah Salonga, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're Tara Strong. I'm like, she knows I'm on the planet. I was like so stoked.
All right, for those people that may not know, can you just tell the viewers? They probably know, but I'm gonna reinforce it because this is a powerful moment. Who Leah Salonga is and what major song besides Miss Saigon, what she's done.
Well, she was also in the singing voice in Aladdin.
Facts.
She's done a ton of stuff, and we got to sing together on Johnny Bravo, and everything she does is brilliant. And I think she is one of those souls, and you know what I mean, that came with one of those gift voices that like she sings and you're like drooling. Like she's incredible, and she's a force, and she's so pretty. She's beautiful.
Great.
Like she's just has this ethereal glow to her, and she's the one that made, in my opinion, Miss Saigon be what it is today and have this longevity of a show, because her performance was just, I don't know. Did you see the show?
It's amazing.
The
I'm a
helicopter
fan.
comes on stage and you're flattened.
The production is crazy.
There's a helicopter on the stage.
I'm a big, I like musicals. The only one that I wasn't really a fan of was Phantom of the Opera. I love Lion King.
You didn't love Phantom?
Not as much as I love Lion King and Wicked and Jersey Boys and Miss Saigon. Cats was okay.
Okay. Evan Hansen?
What else did I see? Oh, I saw the Michael Jackson one. What is it called? Not MJ1. It was in New York first.
I didn't see it.
Amazing.
Uh-huh.
It was about the Dangerous Tour.
I love musicals.
Yeah.
I do. I'm
It was
such a
dope.
sucker for
Super dope.
musicals. Yeah.
I have a question. Besides all the great stuff that you've done, is there a character that almost didn't happen because the voice wasn't right at first?
Right at first? No, I don't think so. I think, no, I don't think so. I'm sure what I got, I was meant to get, and what someone else got, they were meant to get and bring that character to life.
Nice way to segue. Was there a role that you went after that you didn't get?
Yes, there are many. And of course, like, I am someone that's an absolute perfectionist. I don't know if you're still doing auditions or if they offer you, but even I audition almost every day.
That's dope.
And I'll be in my home studio, which is very magical. We just redid a barn, and it's like there's a purple ceiling and all these different colors, and I can change the color on the wall to suit the character. Like when it's Raven, I'm dressed in purple, and when I'm doing Miss Minutes, I've got orange going. Like
Dope.
I've got crystals in there and all kinds of toys, and it was really funny. Actually, we just had this friend come over, and she saw my studio, and I've got like tons of toys of myself. I love toys of myself, and she's like, why do you have all these toys in here? I'm like, well, I'm all the voices. She's like, what do you mean? I mean, I'm all these characters. And she's like, what? She's like, I just thought you were eccentric and did weird voices all the time.
I love that. Well, I'm a toy guy too, and I'm glad that you are able to be a collector.
Yes.
I collect 70s, 80s, and 90s toys. LJN wrestlers, WWF before they were WWE. I like G.I. Joe, Voltron, Transformers. Even like Mego toys like Star Trek and Planet of the Apes and stuff that I grew up on.
Yeah.
What is your most prized collection besides your toy of yourself?
I have My Little Pony toys that I played with as a kid.
Collectibles?
Mhm.
In the box still?
No.
Okay.
I have a lot of my toys in the box still, Powerpuff Girls,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of new toys of Angel right now, Lilo and Stitch, the pink one. My favorite prized thing in my studio isn't a toy, although I love all my toys. Oh, you know what I really love? For a while I was doing these toys called Pixel Chicks, and you push a button, and it was way before its time. This little digital girl would like pick something for me to wear, and you'd push a button, and she'd be like, I like it. And you could connect the houses, and the toy would walk from like house to house. It was amazing.
And it's a digital...
yeah, and it's way before its time.
Right.
And I also have toys where like they were called like Baby Mommy or something, and it was like from infant, like where the first toys were just to like teaching kids how to go potty. And I have that toy where you push the button, it's going pee pee in the potty, and like then there's walking one, which is a little freaky. But my favorite thing that I have is there was a Teen Titans session, and Glenn Murakami just decided that it would be really fun to draw all the Titans on Peanuts candy, those little orange things that look like peanuts, and he drew them all. And I kept them and I framed it, and it's in my studio.
That is going to be so valuable, Murakami.
Yeah.
Speaking about Teen Titans, let's go there.
Okay.
Teen Titans, because one of my favorite groups was De La Soul. And the fact that Teen Titans actually had De La Soul on one of the episodes was so huge for us as hip-hop kids. The question I have, Raven is arguably one of the most emotionally complex animated characters ever written. How did you find balance between strength, vulnerability, and darkness with that character?
She's such an important character, she means so much to people. Like I go to cons and people are like, I had no friends, or I thought I was the only one like me or weird like me or wanted to be alone or read or meditate or, I wanted to like kill myself till I met Raven, I'm sure you've seen in other interviews the story, but this girl that was dressed as Raven and she was like talking my ear off. A lot of people cosplay as Raven. And she was like talking and talking and talking. And I look over and her mom's like bawling. And a lot of people cry when they meet us,
of course.
But there was something extra about this that was going on. So I went to check on her and she said, my daughter is severely autistic, nonverbal, hasn't spoken in 5 years. And when she heard you were coming, she hasn't shut up. And I'm like, wow, that means so much. It means so much. And I think, becoming Raven and having all these moments and asking about how you handle all these things goes along with becoming this character, right? Like if Raven is experiencing a crush or a fear or anger, sadness, all the things that humans go through, I'm going through them as her and I'm feeling them as her. There's many moments where I'm in the studio crying or wanting to fight my dad or, wanting to go up against Slade or whatever it is. And it's like just being her and embodying her is like coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that's dope. Because you tap into one of the things I love about Raven is she's powerful. She's probably
she's
probably
the
the biggest.
powerful.
Yeah, because she could do.
She can do anything.
Yeah.
Like who's more powerful than Raven?
Robin, nope. He doesn't have.
He doesn't
she's
have
not
any powers.
magical. Nope.
She can literally just put anyone in a portal
Exactly.
if they're pissing her off. You want to do the spell with me?
Sure.
Do you know it? Azrath,
Metrion,
Zinthos. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you magic.
Say it again.
Azrath, Metrion, Zinthos. And when you do it, you got to go Azrath, Metrion, Zinthos. And we give each other magic. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Azrath, Metrion, Zinthos. Did you feel that energy?
I did.
Gosh.
Teen Titans.
Yeah.
That was
Whatever.
powerful. I like that. You have it first on Taboo's Comics and Kicks, the magic of Teen Titans Raven, feeling that energy.
And you're so right about that audition because I was playing like 5 other tragic teenage characters at that time,
Yeah.
and one of them was Batgirl for the same crew.
Mhm.
And I went in and I thought I was going to book Starfire because Starfire's character description, you know, when you get an audition, there's a character description,
Yeah.
said she was grown-up Bubbles. And I'm like, well, I'm grown-up Bubbles, so I'm going to book that. And I wasn't really sure how I was going to differentiate Raven's voice. And I thought, you know what, just rely on your acting and go in there and be in the moment. But as I'm doing it, I realized that I sound kind of like Batgirl because that is my own voice.
Right.
Batgirl's one of the only jobs I do where I really don't alter my voice very much. And I knew that. And as I was leaving, I turned to look at Andrea Romano, our brilliant director, and Glenn and Slack and people that were in there. And I'm like, can I try one more thing? And it was like a God shot or Raven from Beyond telling me, girl, this is how
Boom.
she sounds.
Yeah.
And I just had this idea that she had this role under everything she said. And the only challenging part actually is when things get like crazy action
Intense. Yeah.
because you can't really yell with that guttural role. You can't really. It's
So
like,
what do you do?
I'll like cheat it a little bit if it's like, we gotta go now. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
I'll start with the little fry and then I'll like go into something else
Right.
if I have to. But mostly I don't. Like I remember when we first started the show, we had like legends like Jeff Bennett come in and watch Scotty Menville and Kari Payton and Greg Sipes and Hinton Walsh. Everyone's like being these fight scenes and I'm just like, whatever. And they would be like, wow, you're working really hard on this show. And I'm like, yeah.
Really? Teen Titans went from an animated series to a movie, feature film.
Yes.
Twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were you part of that?
We had the Tokyo movie. I don't know. I don't think we went to theaters until Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go. Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Mm.
The Tokyo one was dope,
It was
though.
dope.
Really dope. The
Yeah.
animation on that, the fact that they were able to use some Japanimation
I
style.
loved it so much. I wish we could go back and revisit. I mean, the fans have been asking for season 6 for literally decades.
Yeah.
And I feel like I love Go, by the way. It's so much fun.
Mhm.
We laugh our asses
Yeah.
off. But it's almost a different show because of the genre. It's a comedy, right? And I feel like they could do both at the same time. And it ended on such a pivotal story arc that I'm like, give the fans season 6.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens with Slade and Trigon. And I'd love to go back and finish that story like they did with Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack was like a
Samurai
really
Jack,
beautiful
yep.
ending to that story.
I would say, let me tell you about a nightmare I had with
Uh-oh.
Teen Titans. I don't know why I dreamt about it, but it was
love
weird.
this.
It was the episode with the Tooth Fairy, and he would
Okay.
eat teeth. Remember?
Okay.
There was an episode, you probably don't remember, but there was an episode where there was this guy, he was like a tooth fairy, but he would eat the teeth
Okay.
instead of storing the teeth. And he had this weird like obsession with eating teeth.
Okay.
And in my nightmare, I dreamt this freaking animated character going into my room, taking my teeth out. And mind you, I got freaking titanium rods because I didn't take care of my shit. I didn't take care of my shit. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Those moments where when I was first getting my rods in, shit would pop off. Like the caps.
Oh, okay.
The caps.
Okay.
And so I just had a dream that all my teeth were gone and I was on stage performing with no teeth.
Really?
And I woke up like, oh shit, that character came and took my shit.
You know, wow. You know, it's a
I don't know why I dreamt
it's
that.
a very common dream to lose teeth.
Yeah.
And in a lot of dream dictionaries, apparently it means like
losing friends.
someone you know is maybe not having your back, like a friend's talking about you behind your back, or there's someone in your circle that you can't trust.
I lost a couple of teeth then.
I think dream interpretation is very personal and
Yes.
known for that, but it is
Agreed.
a common dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
Fallen?
interesting that yours was like a Teen Titans
It was
version.
because I saw that character for some reason stuck with me.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, there's so many episodes, like the cheek one where Robin had cheeks. Remember that one with the
Yes.
cheeks? You probably do so many episodes, you're probably like, huh? That one? Oh,
You know, I have favorites from OG and I have favorites from Go, but there's so many good ones. And we had so many amazing guest stars in the original and in Go too. We have a lot of amazing guest stars. People
Like,
want to be on the show because
Can you
they
give
just
us a little
love.
list of the stars that?
Malcolm McDowell came in for the original and I was pretty starstruck because Clockwork Orange was insane. And I asked him, like, did they have like a stunt eye for you? Like, how did you shoot that? And he's like, no, that was my eye.
Ooh.
That was crazy. Like,
Yeah, it was crazy.
that was a mad mod. It was a really, really good episode. If you haven't seen it, you should go back and watch it. I got to go back and watch all the originals because they were so, so, so good. But like, I don't know. It would be really hard to pick favorites.
Okay.
Anytime anyone comes on that show, or really any show, when people come on, they're usually pretty grateful to be in that room.
That's
you know?
dope. I love that. I love the fact that you've been able to work with Cartoon Network, Disney, Nickelodeon, //
That's the blessing, right? You don't got to choose. You can be a whole bunch of different entities that mean things to people. And that's what it's all about. Like you said, going to cons, like, you know, people that come to you and meet you, like, yeah, the money is nice, but that's not why you're there. You mean
Agreed.
something to them and they want this moment with you to share, like, what it meant to you. And I don't know that our predecessors in voiceover knew how beloved they were before the internet. So when they come and they know you and they're like, this show is, you know, Fairly OddParents was the only time my family sat down together, or me and my friends or my sisters were the Powerpuff Girls or whatever it was. And, you know, this without My Little Pony, I wouldn't have anywhere to live. Like, these are the friends that I made, and you cry and you hug and you like, thank you, and you exchange this light energy magic, and it's so beautiful. I love going to cons.
What's a moment you had with a fan at a con that like changed you?
Well, for sure, that Raven moment. There was a kid that was in line. It's on my Instagram if you scroll down far enough, and he was deaf. And I know a little sign language. I know the alphabet. And I saw him signing to his friends, and he gets to my table and he picks up a Harley, and his mom scoots in front of him, and she's like, I don't know why he loves you so much. He was born deaf. He's never heard you. So I signed to him and I asked if he could feel the energy or the vibrations of the characters, and he said yes. So I took his hand and I put it right here, and I went, hi, Puddin', I'm so happy to meet you. And he went,
wow.
And he started to cry. His mom's crying and his friends are crying and people in the line are crying. It was just so like beautiful. It was so beautiful.
It's pretty crazy that you got to be Batgirl and Harley
And
Quinn.
Harley, right?
Like,
Yin and yang.
My good side and my bad
right?
side.
Good side and bad side.
It's always fun to play the bad guy.
Yeah, I like that. I'm a stickler for villains. Fairly OddParents, since you mentioned that. Timmy Turner, classic character, a kid's dream character.
For sure.
What was it like spending so many years playing a boy, making him believable?
Yeah.
Like,
well, like we say, right? You're channeling, you are this character. You know how to laugh, cry, hiccup, who you got a crush on, all those things when you become this entity. And Fairly OddParents was definitely one of those shows where we were a family. We recorded together at Nickelodeon, loved each other so, so, so much. And we laughed our asses off. It was the most fast-paced recording show I've ever done. Nothing like that since. We would do 2 episodes back to back. We would have our pages, like we'd do 2 pages at a time, read through them once, read through them twice, you're done. We would just like play off each other, and the comedic timing was so on.
yeah.
It was a really fun show to do. And also something like Fairly OddParents is such a genius concept because once you introduce magic, the episode ideas are endless. He could wish for anything.
Yeah.
And he did.
What was the most odd thing he wished for in his own voice?
Well, I did love the episode where I wished every day could be Christmas.
And then he realized, you know, Toys Every Day isn't so great and you don't appreciate it anymore. And I loved Channel Chasers where they got to be Rugrats and all these different characters.
Oh, that's dope. You
Yeah.
get to like,
And there was one episode, you know, Timmy wasn't the coolest kid really, so he wished everybody was the same. And I don't know if you remember this, but like suddenly everyone's like a gray blob and he can't find his Fairly OddParents. And it's like, you realize the beauty of individuation and having people looking different and talking different and seeing the world different and how beautiful that makes it.
of course.
Wow.
I love that. I love that because there's so many lessons that you learn from all these
So
different
many.
characters.
And I learned too while I'm doing the shows. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. My Little Pony, because we go from, I mean, dude, there's so many that I want to talk about.
We just
but
need to stay here all day.
Okay.
We can stay here all day.
Just bring food.
What I love about
Feed
My
me.
Little Pony, there's a subculture called bronies,
Yes.
which I don't know if you know what that means. A
No,
brony.
I
So I saw them at Comic-Con,
Uh-huh.
and they were like dressed up as My Little Pony. It was like male, female. It just Two-Spirit, all these amazing people that were just advocating for the My Little Pony brand. And I was like, oh, this is cool. They're dressed up, but what I found out is they're so loyal to My Little Pony as a brand. When was the first time you learned about that?
Probably on Twitter.
Yeah.
I was like, what's a brony? And they're like, well, it's bros from My Little Pony. I'm like, oh, okay. Like it was a very unexpected fandom. And I would say almost immediately I fell in love with them.
Yeah.
They were just so cute and people were often mean to them.
Yeah, I know.
And I,
that.
I grew up with a sister who's different mentally and also my mom was obese and I would watch what bullying looks like at home and I've always really hated bullies.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
I remember as a kid, there was a kid and when we were little, they didn't really identify on the spectrum as much. And I remember this kid was crying in the street. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, those kids said I can't go home and the police are coming to get me. And I'm like, don't listen to those kids. And I walked him home and I made sure he got home safe. Like I just don't have the patience for people who are mean. That I really believe we are on this planet to share our love and light and make people feel good. And if you know someone wants to hear something that's going to make them feel good, give them that something.
Yeah, I agree.
And so these beautiful fans of this show that were being bullied for liking a show. And like, who's to say that a show is for a genre, an age, a sex? Like, this show spoke to people of all ages around the world because all these characters were so identifiable and because of Lauren Faust. And when Lauren Faust was a kid, when she was our age as a kid, she played with the OG toys and she felt that the original show was sort of designed to sell toys. And as a 9-year-old girl, she created this fantastical world that they actually lived in. And then that's the world she recreated as on the show. And it really did like save people's lives and bring people together. And they were always like so supportive and helpful for each other. Like I remember online people like, this brony needs cancer treatment and everyone donated or needs a place to live. And there was a girl that was bullied for liking the show and her sister reached out to me from Belgium. And she said, my sister was beat up for liking My Little Pony. I'm like, what? And she's like, and she tried to take her own life and she's in a hospital and she's an artist and you can't call her, but if you maybe liked her stuff on Facebook, it would mean the world to her. So I looked at her art and by the way, like many bronies, she's a brilliant artist. And so it was my authentic truth when I sent her a message and said, girl, these things are amazing. I hope you hire me one day. Like these are beautiful. You're incredible. And it lifted her spirits and we began a friendship.
That's great.
And a couple months went by and I checked on her and her mom was like, her sister was like, she's not doing very well. And she tried to take her own life again. And I'm like, you should bring it to BronyCon. And she's like, what's that? I'm like, this is a con just for people that love My Little Pony. And she'd be with her people and she wouldn't feel alone. And she's like, well, the hospital won't release her without my mom and she wouldn't travel with me and we don't have that kind of money. And I'm like, we got you. And I put it on Twitter, and within an hour, we had enough money raised to fly them to Boston.
That's really, I love that.
I can't stand bullies. It's a weird concept because
so weird.
Because there's people out there that if you're really looking for trouble, there's people like you that will give you the trouble. Yeah. Why are you picking on somebody who don't want trouble?
Yeah.
Right.
That don't make sense. It's a weird concept to me.
It's so sad to me that anybody could be hurt by and take it in like someone else's cruel words.
And why would you care? Like if you into some shit that I'm not into, why do I even care?
Right? And even like in beauty standards, right? I swear this is true. You could look at any face and find something adorable, redeeming, delightful about that face.
Absolutely.
And everyone's got something to share. There's no need to be mean to each other.
You know what? I said by a beautiful Canadian, I love the fact that I love the country, by the way. Touring Canada, Toronto, Vancouver, BC. I don't know if you've ever been there, B.
I played hockey all over Canada.
Bro, Canada is amazing. I love Canada. Canada is one of my favorite places to tour.
Yeah.
The people are so amazing. There's a lot of tribal communities, Six Nations,
beautiful.
the
First
Mohawk.
Nation, yeah.
It's just beautiful to see Indigenous representation from Canada and the U.S. So I commend you for the love that you have.
It's so real up there. It's so
super
real.
dope.
Yeah.
Have you been back?
What's your favorite city?
Well, I'm from T-Dot.
T-Dot.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love
But
Toronto.
outside of Toronto, what's your favorite city?
Probably Vancouver.
BC.
So beautiful.
Vancouver's cool.
I did a show there and it was so incredible. And I was like, wow, like I don't understand why people aren't here all the time.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And they're like, it's amazing. And this other actor on the show is like, and it only rains 98% of the time.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's why people aren't here full time. But it's a beautiful city.
What about you, Tab? What's your favorite
I love
Canadian
T-Dot.
city?
Yeah.
I mean, I like, like the energy of Vancouver is amazing.
Yeah.
But T-Dot, it's so like
It's like
a mosaic.
a clean, safe New York,
Yeah.
and it's a melting pot.
A mosaic
yeah.
of representation, culturally,
Yeah.
musically.
Yeah.
My Little Pony, I got a question.
Okay.
Did Twilight evolve in ways you didn't expect when you first started playing her?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Lauren came to my house when she was pitching the show, and she was putting together a little sizzle reel, and she asked if I would voice Twilight, Pinkie Pie, and I think it was Applejack at the same time to just pitch the show. And she showed me the art, and I was like, oh man, this is beautiful. And she thought I was going to be Pinkie Pie because that was also kind of Bubbles. And she said the second she heard me, because she was in my home studio, the second she heard me do Twilight, she's like, that's my Twilight, the second. And she grew and evolved along with me. And I think the most beautiful facet of her personality is, like me, she's someone that likes to make everyone happy, make sure everyone's being seen, make sure friends are getting along, like magic. Like there's a lot of me in Twilight. And she makes mistakes. And when she makes mistakes, she owns it and she grows from it. And I think that's so important for people to learn, because nobody's perfect. Perfect is boring. And we're here to learn, like I said before.
Students.
Yeah. And I just, man, I learned so much from her. There was an episode I was doing, and Twilight was very upset because she had to hang out with this other pony that she did not like because her friend liked them. And she's like, why do I have to hang out with this pony and I don't like it? And then Celestia, or another character, explained to her why, you know, you can still be friends with this one even if you don't like this one. Doesn't mean you have to hang out with her, but don't judge this one for liking that one. And I was going through something just the same at the same time, and it helped me compartmentalize my emotions around it.
Yeah. So something was happening in real time to channel that,
Yes,
right?
happened a lot. Happened with Harley in a really big way. Like I said, I went through a very, very challenging marriage and divorce. And like, you know, Harley was introduced on the show as a sidekick character to the Joker. And Paul Dini and Bruce Timm saw Arlene Sorkin on a soap opera dressed as a Harley Quinn and created the character for her. There would be no Harley without Arlene Sorkin. And watching her in the booth was just mesmerizing. She was a beautiful, beautiful soul. And from her original concept as a sidekick who was an abused woman, and by the way, my catchphrase for getting into her was one of her lines, which was, "You'd think after living with Mr. J all this time, I'd be used to a little pain." Like, this was her life. And then Arkham City, Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
And this girl's feeling her power. And there would be lines that I would say that I would have loved to say to my ex at the time. Like, I'm tired of living under your shell. And she grew into this very important character for people around the world, right? Like, you talk about villains and origin stories and where they come from and how they grow. And she's become such a powerhouse. And I feel like I grew alongside her. I grew with her. As she was getting her power and learning to live in her authentic skin, I felt like I was too.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the gradual growth and the confidence.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you first hear the little tremble when you first start, and then she just like, she
like,
owns it.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with her now.
Fuck with her. She got that bat. She's about
Same way, you don't want to fuck with me now. I'll fuck your shit up.
Fuck your shit up.
I like that. I got some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
You know,
Let's get
something cool, something fun.
Okay.
Most difficult voice.
To maintain probably Terrence from Foster's Home, because he was very mean all the time. So he's like, "You're a loser, yeah," and everything was always screaming. So like,
Your throat.
you know,
Yeah.
after a while it doesn't feel so good.
Yeah.
But it was a fun character to play, and I love Foster's Home. Yeah.
Lemon and honey.
Yeah.
Favorite character to record.
Oh gosh, you know, on shows it's got to be a tie between Raven, Harley, Batgirl, Bubbles, but as a character that I'm like, I could have died the next day was The Little Mermaid too, because I was such a fan.
Yeah.
And getting to play her daughter in the sequel was like such a dream come true.
Character most like your own personality.
Probably Bubbles. And that's probably a mix of Bubbles and Raven and Harley. How you making me choose?
Right? Hey, this is all fun shit. Character least like your personality.
Ooh, character least like my personality. Oh my God, I can't rapid fire this because so much of you goes into these characters. Probably Terrence. I do not like mean people. Don't like it. I don't like it.
One character you love to play in live action.
Harley would be fun.
You would kill it. Margot was dope. Don't get me wrong. Margot was dope. But, I mean.
Over COVID, I got to play this mom on a show in Canada. It was a show called Pretty Hard Cases. And she was a drug dealer mom, and she would do anything for her kids. And I kind of felt like if Harley was a mom, it would be my character on Pretty Hard Cases.
Yeah, that's dope. Funniest fan interaction. Did we talk about that?
No, we said the most heartfelt one.
Yeah, the
she was like a
heartfelt
heartfelt one. But give us a funny one. One that kind of caught you off guard. It was kind of funny.
I have one that's not safe for work.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Should I do it? I did have a guy come.
Why don't you say it? If you want us to cut it, we'll cut it later.
I did have a guy come, and he was this beautiful man. He came to my table, very strong looking, and he was like, "Miss Strong, I've loved you for so long," and passed out.
Oh.
I was like, I do not know CPR.
Get up, dude.
Please get up.
Wake up.
Don't die here. Go to the next table.
Oh, man. You kind of mentioned this earlier. You said Jetsons and Flintstones, but what was your favorite animated series of all time?
As a kid?
As a kid, yeah.
Yeah, probably those two.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. How about you? You're going to say Transformers.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I also, by the way, loved like the Wonder Twins and Justice League.
And then I got
to and then I got to play them on Teen Titans Go, which was
dope.
fun. Yeah, I got to be Janet.
Justice League was dope.
Yeah, I love
Legion
Justice
of Doom.
League. Yeah,
that shit was awesome.
Let me squeeze in a question.
Okay.
What's a character you wanted to play but never got a chance to play? Like a character you would have died to play?
Well, it would have been nice to be on The Simpsons, which cast before my time in LA because that was a nice paycheck and nothing's ever going to be like that again.
Which character would you want to play?
I think it'd be fun to be Lisa.
Lisa's dope.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. And everyone on that show is so like was meant to play that part, you know?
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
I don't know
Nobody
if you've
missed.
met Nancy Cartwright, but
I haven't.
I had her on my show. We'll get her for you, but like she talked about the
there it
fact.
is.
Yeah,
Don't say some shit.
Yeah, I know.
'cause
Come
we
on.
No.
Don't say some shit.
You'll probably have to do her show. You'll swap.
I'm cool. I'm
But
good with that.
she
Yeah.
talks about, and she talks about in her book too, that like she went to the audition and she was supposed to read for Lisa, and she saw the sides side by side, and she's like, "Oh man,
Bart.
I feel like I'm Bart." And I'm having a brain fart on Lisa. Don't put this on. What's her name? The actress. Yardley Smith. Yardley went in and was supposed to read for Bart, and she saw Lisa, and they both asked, "Can I read for this role?" Because they knew they were meant to play that part. So, like, even though that paycheck would have been nice, I still feel at the end of the day, people are supposed to play the parts.
Give us your Lisa.
Bart! Something in the first grade.
I can't remember. I can't. I used to have it down.
That
Do you
would be
remember,
cool.
remember the Michael Jackson episode? Lisa,
Yes,
it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa.
Yeah.
You remember that episode?
Yeah.
Do you remember The Simpsons? Okay, so that was. I know.
You got
I
too many
know,
babies
I
in here.
know.
Well, no,
He's a young baby.
26, dude.
Yeah, I know.
He's a fan of my shit.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
my shit. That's
Of
what
course.
he said. He had a crush
Yes.
on you. And now you're here.
Yeah. Okay, speaking about the paycheck, residuals. Can we educate these folks that are watching what that residual check looks like? Because I know what mine looked like with something, like with Nickelodeon.
You know what people have been doing? They've been opening their residual checks on the internet.
They
I
have?
saw.
Well, because sometimes one's like,
yeah, they're like
this is
12
like 20
cents.
grand, and then this one's like a penny.
1 cent.
Yeah. Well, you know who did it? Rufio. I'm blanking on.
Dante Bosco.
Yeah, he had a
Yeah.
whole TikTok where he was opening.
Yeah,
he had a
he's
stack
such a
of
good
residual
guy.
checks.
I love
and he was
Dante.
opening
Have you
them.
had Dante on?
We had Dante on the
yeah,
show.
he's a great
Talking
guy.
about
And they were
Rufio
like-
and Zuko.
Yeah, I love
And they were
him.
like 80 cents and 14 cents.
Yeah, residuals
It wasn't
are
even worth
funny.
the
You
paper.
never know. And also with streaming now, you really
yeah,
don't get
true,
residuals,
true.
which is too bad because
Crazy.
residuals are a way a lot of people maintained healthcare and staying
SAG.
alive.
Shout
you
out to
know?
SAG. After.
Yeah, and so thank God that our predecessors waited in line for those because they really help people out a lot. But you never know, and they're negotiated, and sometimes you get a +10 for your agent, and sometimes you don't, and sometimes you think you're not going to get something, and then sometimes you hear, 101 Dalmatians just started playing again on this show, and you're like, oh, that's a fun check, thanks, you know.
For you as a person that's been in the game doing, you're so credible and people look to you to hire you or to audition. Is there a like you're able to kind of call the shots on how you get paid now? Or is it just
not really? Every time you audition for a new show, you're back to scale. And I
Okay.
think scale is what, like almost $1,000, right? And they can have you for up to 4 hours. Unless you're playing more than 3 characters.
Okay.
If you're more than 3, then you get double scale.
Yeah.
And then after a show has some success, you can negotiate scale and a half, double scale, for voice actors. For, big celebrities on camera, they get to negotiate a lot more than we do. And I'm doing all right. I'm very grateful. But you are usually back to 1 as a voice actor. There's not really a star system with money. And also, you still have to audition. I can't tell you how many times I've auditioned for parts I've already had. I'm like, you have, 10 seasons of Ben 10, go watch that. I can do that. Like,
wait, did we not? Wait, we're gonna gloss over Ben 10. That was so successful, dude. And the fact that she was playing this character that's
it's hero
cute.
time.
Yeah, exactly. Such a dope character,
Yeah, it's
Ben
fun.
10. I know we didn't mention it, but going into that one, what was that whole process with Ben 10?
It's so much fun. And it was another 10-year-old boy that I wanted to differentiate from Timmy Turner.
Yep.
And Timmy's kind of, he's not the coolest guy. Ben 10 was pretty cool. And so I deepened my pitch a little bit, made sure he had a little more rasp. Because sometimes
Timmy Turner wouldn't always have a rasp. It would come and go.
but Ben was always down there.
Yeah.
And
Can we just keep you? This is fucking.
I know, right?
This is great. I'm sorry. This is great.
Yeah, it was,
Can we just keep you?
and also
Your
like
family doesn't want you anymore.
I'll stay. These studios are dope. And also, like I said, with Fairly OddParents, there's like this element of magic or aliens, and you got to become these other characters. And it was a really fun show to play because when other actors came in to play my aliens, often they'd be sitting there and say, "Can you say this line as Ben so that I can now say it as Heat Blast or this other alien so that they could copy the cadence?"
Wow.
It was really fun.
I love that. I think it's super dope when you're able to like have so much longevity in the game, but still have the humility. Because what I'm
humble.
seeing from you is the humility
So
that I
humble.
love
I'm
and
so
I
grateful.
appreciate.
We're so lucky.
Right?
You know, there's this like belief in Kabbalah that like we're all stars of the universe and this speck of light that you're supposed to share your gift. And I think I feel so blessed that my gift includes making people feel seen, happy, like they have friends. Like, you know, I think animation was way ahead of the game with inclusion. You know, you look at Rugrats, it was the first Black family and Jewish family, and like
Facts.
characters are all different colors from all over the world, and they all do things together, and it's so beautiful. I feel so like when you say like you got to play Batgirl, I was Batgirl and Harley and Raven and Ivy I've played, and I've got to play all these characters that mean so much to people. Like, thank you, universe, for giving me this voice that I can help people feel something and feel seen, like they're not alone, like they're not crazy. Like sometimes if you're like thinking something weird, you're like, oh, I'm the only one that thinks like this. No, you're not. We all think crazy shit sometimes, and we're with you. We got you.
Yeah, especially when fans look to you and they're like, "Yo, you know, you inspire my childhood, and now as an adult, like I still
I
carry
see that at cons too.
right?
Do you? You're
Yeah.
like, oh, I grew up with you, and
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh well, I started when I was 13, so it makes sense that you're 20 something. But like, and you know, now they watch it with their kids, and it's like a generational thing. Like, hey, I watched the OG Teen Titans when I was a kid, and now my kid watches that, and we watch go together, and it's like anything that brings people together and family together and joy and laughter. I mean, laughter is so important. The world's crazy. If you can laugh together and sing together. Music, like bringing, if the world just focused on music and art and sports and things that like you come with these gifts that you do, there would be no problems on this planet because you're all just loving each other and enjoying in each other's gifts. What a beautiful place that would be.
Speaking about music, Where's the Love or Pump It?
Pump it, pump it,
Pump It?
pump it.
Yeah?
Maybe, well, I feel like Bubbles is like, my lovely lady lumps.
Okay, she's my
Check
humps.
it
Okay,
out.
Yep,
She is the prettiest girl at the party.
right. So you would say,
My humps, my humps, my humps.
Where's the Love is more,
What
what character?
do you think?
Something lovey-dovey. I mean, unity is what
Can
you
you
think
sing
of
a little
Where's the
bit and
Love.
I'll sing with you?
People killing, people dying, children hurt, and you hear them crying. Would you practice what you preach? And would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. 'Cause people got me questioning, where's the love?
Wow.
Where is the love?
Where is the
love.
love? I wish for world peace. I wish everyone had love.
Timmy Turner?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's so Pump It is
Louder!
Yeah.
Maybe it's Harley.
Harley. Yep. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Yeah.
Let's get it started in here.
Oh man, who would want to sing that? Yeah.
Let's get it started.
I feel like all my characters want to sing everything you do.
I got a feeling ooh, that tonight's gonna be
a good night.
that
And I'm gonna be the prettiest girl at the party.
Louder! Pump it up! Maybe Harley likes pump
Yeah.
it.
She would definitely she'd bring out the bat and pump it.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah, that part.
Oh man, I could do this for
Yeah,
hours.
Will you come back?
of course.
Hey, okay, well, pump your shit real quick. Tell me about pump it. Pump your
Pump it.
podcast.
And
your
also, we gotta talk
school.
about Stan.
Oh yeah, Stan. Yes.
What should we do first?
Talk about Stan. We gotta acknowledge
So I
the
met
man.
Stan at Stanley's Comic-Con, and I met her through Regina. I don't know if you met Regina. She was like side right by his side all the time, and she is amazing. I love her so much. And she's like, Stan wants to meet you. He's like been calling you eye candy. I was like, okay. And he was like, I don't know how to put it. Like he was adorable, but not like gross.
Yeah.
Like not dirty old man, just like kind of adorable. And he
Not
wanted me to
creepy?
like sit with him and like sign autographs, and he was so cute. And so he came in to do an episode of Spider-Man, and at that time Drake Bell was playing Spidey and I was MJ. And they brought him into the studio, and he was beside me doing his lines, and he kept looking at me. And they're like, Stan, you gotta look at the mic. You can't keep looking at Tara. And he's like, okay. And by the way, he was in great shape, mid-90s, working it. And he comes in, and he could not look at me. So they put him across the room in the studio so that he could act looking at me. It was so cute. And I said to him, like, what is your secret? Like, you're so spry and in good shape and like happy. And he said to me, you know what? The secret is to get paid to do what you love
Facts.
and never retire. And then I said to him, how does it feel that like your brain created all of these characters that mean so much to people? And you know what he said? He was also very humble. He said, I always had a good team.
Dope. All-star team.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I love my team. Shout out to Teo, Caesar, and B. Thank you guys for everything that you do for me. Appreciate you.
Always.
Tara.
Of voicelings.
Well,
I
before
have
you jump off, Stan,
yeah.
what are your favorite Marvel characters?
Well, listen, now that I'm Miss Minutes, she's my favorite. And I think
Oh.
she needs a movie.
I like it. Bias. It's cool.
Did you see Loki, the series?
Yeah, it's dope.
Welcome to the Time Variance Authority. I'm Miss Minutes. And it's my job to keep you on, it's my job to stand, shit. It's my job to
We won! Hey, mama, it's that shit
It's
to
my
make
job
you
to keep you on track before you stand trial for your crime. Now stay on your sacred timeline. I just love this character because she's so adorable and she's giving like information to you that's very important in this adorable voice. But if you don't do what she says, you could die. Like I just like love her so much.
Yeah.
But I love Loki as a series. It was my favorite, not just because I was on it. I just loved how it looked and it was so clever. I love most things Marvel. I think it's just like such a fun world to sort of not take yourself too seriously, and there is a lot of magic in it, and it's just fun. I love. What's your favorite Marvel?
I'm gonna be biased, ladies and gentlemen. I love Red Wolf, which is my Native American hero.
Okay.
First indigenous hero from the Marvel universe.
Oh wow.
Which I actually got to co-write with my co-writer B. Earl. And we made him a little bit more modern, not like a monolith, not like stereotypical with feathers and war paint. We made him look like Billy from Predator.
I
Tactical
love
gear,
that.
buff, just like, dope ass native dude.
I love that.
Had nothing to do with like the stereotypical Hollywood version.
Yeah.
So I would say Red Wolf. And I also loved Tenoch Huerta in Wakanda Forever, where he played Namor. And it was like the Mayan lore, the Mesoamerican Mayan lore.
They're all so cool and
Yeah.
so beautiful to watch, and the effects are so incredible. Yeah, I
love
have
that.
a lot of fun with
Shout
that.
out to Ryan Coogler for doing Black Panther. And freaking Michael B. Jordan in the first movie. And rest in peace to T'Challa.
What a legend.
Yep. Voicelings.
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 Yes. So, I get asked all the time, how do you get into voiceover? Every day on Instagram, every time I go to a Comic-Con. And I never wanted to teach because there are so many people that would give their left arm to do this job. And voiceover, and as you know, anything in the arts is not like, hey, I want to be a lawyer, I'm going to go study, or I want to be a doctor, I'm going to go to college, and then you get to do it. It's not like that. In the arts, you got to have some serendipitous moment that puts you on the map.
It's true.
And so I didn't want to charge people and then not be able to deliver their dream. And my boyfriend was like, why don't you make it a community? And we started talking about it. I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. Yeah. And at first I was just going to wing it, and because I can do that. I've spoken at colleges before, but then I thought, no, if I'm going to charge people, I want there to be some structure. And so I sat down and started writing like everything you need to know, from which acting classes you should take the very start of your career to how to sustain longevity in this business. And I couldn't stop writing. I was just like, drrr. And I recorded these classes in my friend Josh's CNC studios, and then my partners at Make Your Own Masterclass made this beautiful site, and then we have this chat room on Facebook, and it is the first like no bullying zone on the internet. Dope. People drop like, hey, my grandma died, or how's this audition, or and everyone is so supportive and there for each other, and it's so beautiful. And we have these scripts that myself and some of my friends have written for people to audition for, because there's non-disclosures when you audition for something. And I wanted people to have real world experience. I don't want to bullshit people. Like, this is what you're going to see if this is what you want to do, and you better be great at it, because there are 200 other people that are auditioning. And so we hold real auditions. Like when we have someone come on, I'd love for you to come on.
Cool, I'm there.
Yeah, and we make commercials for them, and I write them and I produce them, and we have people audition. And that's the only way they get one-on-one time with me. Kathleen Herles does privates, which
Shout
is
out
awesome.
to Kathleen.
Yeah. And,
love you.
And we also have these animated projects that we're doing, because everybody just wants to see themselves animated. And so I'm giving people that opportunity, and it's just like the most beautiful, inclusive world. And we have 2 live events every single month. One is either an AMA, which is like this beautiful experience where sometimes I take people through a meditation, and sometimes they just get to ask me anything like that you would at like a Comic-Con panel or advice. And we have people all over the spectrum, from like I'm a professional working actor to I'm just getting started, and also people on the spectrum that might not be welcomed in other classes. They are so welcomed there and loved there. And it's like the most beautiful community that we've curated, and I just love it so much. And the other live event could be what I call open gym, where they get to read these scripts that I've written and audition for me live, which can be terrifying. We have like 200 people on these live Zooms, and they just go for it. And sometimes they're terrified. I'm like, okay, I like that. Now try it like this. Now try it like that. Now give her a English accent. Now do it like that, or whatever. And we play live, because I want people to make their mistakes with me, so that when they get their chance, they're ready. And I just like to say that, like, I get that you're terrified, but come to me so you can get terrified.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Tara Strong.
Thank you.
That's right, y'all. It's Taboo Nawasha, and I hope you enjoyed geeking out with me and going straight into geek mode. For more information, for more videos, subscribe, like, and comment. Share with your friends. Much love. There it is.